funny, you're going to love it, but he's also one of the nicest men I've ever met. And so please, everybody in the room, clap, whoop, cheers, up to people, Mark.
Thank you for that introduction, I think. I should apologise for being a white middle-class man. But I am going to be talking about my mental health, so I think that's right. So, lovely to be in Cambridge. For a start, I've got a phone signal, which is good. I come from the wilds of Norfolk. Phone signal's so bad where we are, they started to have to put telephones in the red defibrillator boxes. It's nice, I love coming to Cambridge, everyone's so nice, but I've noticed that people trying to get you on the boat trips, they can be a bit direct. One of them just said to me, "Oi, punt, give me some money." I think that's what he said. So, Valentine's Day, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I've been, my wife and I had our first date 32 years ago yesterday. She told me just before midnight because I'd forgotten. But yeah, Valentine's Day, and that's like being together that long. I struggled to know what to get. I could get this year. Saw an advert online for Women's Enhanced Pleasure Serum. Came through. Yeah. You got something? Yeah. Came through the other day, and I thought I better test it before Valentine's Day. So I just took a little sip of this stuff, and nothing happened for 5 minutes. And I've got an overwhelming desire to give her the remote control, get her a gin and tonic, and clean the bathroom. Best night of her life, she said. So friends have been asking me why I do stand-up, because they know I've struggled with anxiety and panic attacks, and the honest answer is I decided I needed to do something that was going to rebuild my confidence and develop resilience. I wanted to do something that's going to take myself out of my comfort zone. So, choice between doing this and becoming a drag act. There we go, yeah, and doing a tour of Qatar and Iran. Or maybe the United States, that would be worse. I realised the other week, one of the other reasons I'm doing stand-up is one of the cheaper midlife crises you can do. I'd say midlife crisis is pushing it a bit. I'm going to have to live to be 110 for this to be a midlife crisis. I've got to the age I've got bucket lists. Anyone else got bucket lists? Yeah? You're too young for that. I've actually got 2 bucket lists. I've got one I can share with my wife. Let's just say, if she finds the second one, I'm not going to have long to complete the first one. But I didn't always do things that took myself out of my comfort zone. I used to actually avoid stressful situations, meant I wasn't going out, I wasn't seeing friends, and perhaps quite inevitably that led to depression. And one of the real problems with that was I lost my sense of humour and I didn't find things funny. Of course, for a comedian. Actually, I was worried it was coming back the other day, and I realised I'd accidentally flicked over to Mrs. Brown's voice. And that explains that. I should just say at this stage, if you're not finding this funny, don't worry. You probably don't have a mental illness. It could be that I'm just a bit shit. It could be that. But it's okay, for my own self-esteem, if you're not laughing, I'll just assume you're clinically depressed. Or you're having flashbacks to when Liz Truss was Prime Minister. That was weird. Did that really happen, those 49 days? The reason I say, did that really happen? Because the other thing's happened to me since I had mental health issues. I get these really detailed, realistic, vivid dreams. And sometimes I find it difficult to tell whether I dreamt something or something, whether it really happened. Anyone else got that? Just me? Yeah. I'll tell you the weirdest one. I don't even know why I was thinking about this person. Basically, I dreamt that the Dalai Lama asked a young boy to suck his tongue. That was weird. Did that actually happen? Thank fuck for that. I'm worried if it wasn't a dream, I'd stumbled across a particularly dark part of the internet. I guess I'm lucky. I had lots of support from friends and people offering me lots of advice. And people saying exercise, great for your mental health. My trouble was I lacked motivation. I think for 2 years, the only exercise I got was holding my stomach in on holiday. End up on the sofa watching a lot of daytime TV. I think we can agree daytime TV is shit, isn't it? Yeah. Sure, it's commissioned by the Department of Work and Pensions to get people back to work. There are a few things I like. I like Great British Bake Off, like Sewing Bee, Pottery Challenge, got jewellery, woodworking. They're all getting in on the act. Yeah, even the adult channels. Flipped over to Babe Station, Great British Wank Off. Mind you, their technical challenge was tough this week. Oh, did you see it? Tough one this week. All they gave them 5 minutes and 2 pictures of Anne Widdecombe. If I tried playing along at home, I'm now seriously overdrawn on my wank bank. Like some of you, my dad would not have liked that last week. Literally, first thing he said to me when I told him I was going to be doing stand-up was, I hope you're not going to swear. I don't think I swear a great deal. In fact, if you think back, all I've had is a shit and 2 wanks. Incidentally, how I prepared for every gig. Oh, I had a fuck with the Dalai Lama as well, didn't I? I don't mean before, I don't think I'm his type. It's interesting that, like, swear words, I have no problem with it, but one of the words that my dad doesn't like is the C word. And it's interesting, I say C word because, don't shout it out, but if I say C word, you know what that word is, don't you? So it's like newspapers, when they print F ** K, we know that word is, we hear it in our head. It's like, they say they do it because children might be reading the newspapers, which is fair *enough. But one of the papers that does this a lot is the Daily Telegraph. I wonder what kids are reading the Daily Telegraph. And if they are, they're already C ** T's, anyway, aren't they? Anyway, I'm going to listen to my dad, so for the rest of my time up here in front of you, there won't be any more swearing. So if you like the swearing, if you didn't like the swearing, you can relax. If you did like the swearing, it's already established, you can just add it in your head anyway, can't you? Just add it in. Oh, full disclosure, there will be reference to an elephant's penis, but you'll see that coming. I didn't think Cambridge would be like, it's not that sort of story, So other advice I had, music great for your mental health. I got into 1970s rock music. Anyone else like 70s rock? Yeah, I used to love 70s rock. I used to listen to it first thing in the morning. Love the energy it gave me. Listen to it at lunchtime when I got home from work before I went to bed. When I wasn't listening to it, I was thinking about it. And then mental health kicked in. I thought, maybe I'm thinking about it too much and listening to it all the time. It started to worry me. I didn't know what to do. I went to the doctor, spoke about it. Diagnosed with OCDC. I've got 3 kids. I'm allowed one dad joke. Actually, my son said to me, when you do stand-up, are they all dad jokes? And I said, well, if you come and watch me, then technically yes. Even the ones about your mum? I am a worrier. I worry what people think of me that can lead me to say the wrong thing. I remember a time when my son, he was about 3 or 4, and we'd just been swimming. We were in the cubicles getting changed, and he thought it'd be funny to call me Mark. Yeah. And just in there, he just said, top of his voice, "Why are you doing that, Mark?" I just panicked. I said, "Don't call me Mark, call me Daddy." That's just made it worse. Actually, second time I've used that phrase and regretted it instantly. Yeah, don't think about that one. Quite capable of embarrassing myself without any help. Literally the other day, I introduced my son's girlfriend as my boyfriend's daughter. Can you imagine? I don't know who was more embarrassed. Luckily, we're all from Norfolk, same person. I wish I was more like my friend Frank. He doesn't let these things bother him. He was telling me about a time he was on holiday in India with his daughter. She was about 3, some age, and they were seeing a show by the side of the beach. And there was an elephant there playing cricket, holding the bat with his trunk. It was a male elephant, getting quite excited. all gone quiet like this. And his daughter stood up and said, "The elephant's got a willy just like Daddy's." He wasn't embarrassed. He didn't even say anything. He just calmly stood up and took a bow. I was going to leave you just with one thing. I just want to leave you with, talk a bit about mental health, leave you with the best advice I've ever had. And it was like back to the dreams. I was having this really sort of detailed, vivid dream, and it was bothering me. And the more I had this dream, the more I was worried about it. The more I was worried about it, the more I had the dream. And I felt I was going into a bit of a spiral. I didn't know what to do. So I thought I'd speak to my therapist about it. And she said, "Well, Mark, what you need to realise, sometimes these things are worse in anticipation than they are in reality. And maybe if you face off to your fears, you might find you have more strength to cope, to deal with it. Or maybe it's not as scary as you thought, and maybe the dream will go away." And I thought, yeah, that's fantastic advice. And I'll always remember when she told me that, because it was 2 days before I got sacked for going into work with no trousers on. All right, 2 dad jokes, that's me done. Thank you very much. If you want to Google me, or Instagram or Facebook, Mark's Midlife Comedy, you can do that.